What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Oh boy. So, according to reports, the Philadelphia 76ers have decided to shut down Joel Embiid for the remainder of the 2024-25 season. The Sixers, who are just 20-38 this season, pretty much ain't got no shot at making any type of run. I know Paul George waits until damn near the 60th game of the season to say he's committed to winning a championship after you sign a $50 million per season contract with the team. Oh boy. But anyway, man, they look at the reality of the situation. Other teams are starting to get their ish together in the East, in the NBA in general. The Sixers are not going to be one of them. And they're just going to go ahead and shut down Joel Embiid. I mean, it's the same dude, Joel Embiid, that recently said something to the effect of how his left knee is hindering his game and that he's a shell of himself compared to the last couple of years when he's been playing at an ultra high level. I mean, almost when he's on the floor, at least, playing at a Wilt Chamberlain-esque level. And the drop-off is noticeable when you look at Joel Embiid. What was it? The year that he won the MVP, he averaged 33.1 points and 10.2 rebounds, 4.2 assists on 55% shooting from the floor. He appeared in 66 out of 82 games that year. He was a regular, Cal Ripken Jr. that year. Last year, he improved in his numbers, 34.7 points, 11 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 53% shooting, 39% from downtown, 88% from the line. Got to the foul line 12 times, almost a night, but only appeared in 39 games. And this year, the injuries were much more severe, which limited him to just 19 games, only 30 minutes a night, 23.8 points, only 8.2 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 44% shooting from the floor, a hair under 30% from three-point range. He was just a shell of himself. So basically, the Sixers are looking to, I guess, have him likely go through, which he was hinting at before. I guess he'll likely go through some sort of surgery, rehab, and I guess try it again next year. Because I was thinking, and then this is just me, I was thinking they were going to try to trade him, but when a guy's talking about he needs surgery, a team would be a fool to trade for him. With his history, there's something different, like than with Luka. Like even with Luka, Luka's had some health issues, but not to the point where the injuries have been debilitating enough that he needs surgery. And plus, Luka has performed at a high level in the postseason, which is something that Joel Embiid has failed to do. I'll tell you, man, the Sixers organization have just been screwed over the past, decade. You had one guy, Markelle Fultz, who forgot how to shoot. Then you had another guy in Ben Simmons who became afraid to shoot the basketball. Now you got one guy whose body has broke down largely because of, his personal habits. While he has produced on a greater scale and consistency than Zion Williamson, he has not, however, produced at a level where you can compare him at least to Luka, where Luka, at least for the most part, is still available for the most, as far as playing for the team he's playing with. I mean, look, man, I don't think the Sixers are doing shit. I don't think they're going to win with this guy. I've given up on Joel Embiid, man. In all these years, he's always had a scapegoat. All these years, we always said it was somebody else. It was Ben Simmons that was holding the team back, which to a large degree it was. You can argue that. To an extent, we blame things on James Harden. James Harden's an all-time great, but James Harden is James Harden. He is a regular season destroyer and a guy who in the playoffs oftentimes, or for the most part, underperforms, or at least doesn't perform at the level that you are accustomed to seeing for a guy of that caliber in pivotal games. He lacks that consistency. But with Joel Embiid, it's a more extreme version of that, because we have seen James Harden in the past, especially in his prime years, play at a high enough level to carry franchises. I mean, there was a time when the Houston Rockets were one of the best teams in the Western Conference. They just couldn't get over the hump playing against the likes of teams like basically the Golden State Warriors when they was in their prime, which is really not their fault, and not his fault. But, at the same time, Joel Embiid is gross underperformed. The guy's never been out of the second round of playoffs. When you look at some of the rumors about him and some of the things that have been documented about him, he loves to eat. He's been seen before games chowing down on food or hour before game time, which usually is a no-no. We read about his love for milkshakes and heard about his love for milkshakes. This is the guy that before a game once wolfed down, I think he was on the flight to go to play, and a couple hours before the game, he drank 4 milkshakes and ate, I think it was 2 or 3 cheeseburgers. I mean, look, worked for Babe Ruth, doesn't work for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, y'all. Then, of course, it's the lack of leadership. It's the rumors and documented instances where he's always been late. He just doesn't. I don't know, man. He just doesn't seem like a leader, man. And that's something that's lacking in today's NBA. Ever since the retirement of guys like Kobe Bryant, who had a heavy influence in the NBA, I'm sorry, people can sit there in the league and complain that, being the face of the league sucks. Fans always complain. Well, man, look, man, when you've had guys like Michael Jordan, and I'm sorry, I know that name makes some of these guys cringe. Like, I know sometimes like, shut the hell up about Mike. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. Gilbert Arenas can get on fucking TV all he wants to and cry and bitch and moan. When we've seen guys like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and we've seen the guys like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, guys who performed at the highest level, guys who were unabashed leaders, not always General Patton, rah, rah, rah in your face, but at least leaders by example. They took the game seriously, and they demanded excellence from anyone that was on their squad. These guys are not leaders. And, I hate to go there, but a lot of it has to do with cultural stuff, which I'm not going to get into. Okay? And some of it has to do with the fact a lot of these guys are freaking coddled. They're coddled. They've always been able to be successful on the basketball floor as far as utilizing their talent. Their talent has gotten them so far, but in the league, that's not enough. In the NBA, it's not enough to go to the highest level, just talent alone. And you can't just coast on your talent. You got to work harder. And a lot of these guys haven't been accustomed to that. And that's the thing I noticed the most. It's just the NBA lacks leaders. And that's why these guys are so uncomfortable being in that position. A bunch of boys. I mean, look at the so-called face of the league. He's a 40-year-old man child. still complaining, about things that, and I don't know, man. I don't even go down that path. It's just ridiculous. A microcosm of what's going on in our community. Lack of leaders. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. I wish Joel Embiid the best. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he comes back and has an MVP season and they win a championship. I just don't see it. I mean, he has shown us what he is, And I mean, look at the team they got, man. Paul George and and I think they're kind of stuck. The Sixers organization blames they have a lot of culpability in this, man. They've made some bad decisions. Me personally, I would have traded Joel Embiid last year. Or tried to. But he's held the cards in that. They couldn't trade him this season. And like I said, if you wanted to try to trade him in the offseason, now with the injury bug in there or the injury wrench in there, now you can't really move him. Then again, it might be some stupid ass team that might trade for him, like the Raptors or something. Possibly. We can fix him. We can fix him. He has potential. I don't know. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.